think everyone else should be around. Okay, so we are going to do the usual. I'm going to open up our April deliverables. And I have to say, I see a lot of 0% in there. I'm going to call you guys. Anyone with anything less than 5% is going to get called. Okay. Let's get started. We'll go through this first, and then we'll talk about anything else that's outstanding. RJ, do you want to kick it off?
So for the protocol roadmap, I started looking at some of the latest research. So it just started, maybe 5 or 10%. Yeah, I'll imagine it take some more time and research to really kind of start to the phase of writing something tangible. For the signature collection, not much progress. So I'll probably work with Max to do do an audit of the code, and then we'll try to push to testnet. For the cross-shard messaging, we made progress on getting the grant proposal written up on the forum and also approved and funded. So next we're gonna start basically pushing for the implementation for the coding from the Mission Knowledge System team. Yeah. So right now, yeah, mostly that's 5, 0, and 10%.
Okay. And are you able to link the protocol roadmap?
No, there's no write up yet.
Okay. It'd be good for folks to have some more context there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, RJ. Leo.
The decentralization roadmap, yeah, haven't started yet. So that's 0%. Elastic RPC, based on our previous work, and there's some progress made to sync the DB. I would put maybe 5% here. For the service agreement, still talking to Tamiris. I think 5% would be good.
Okay. Thank you. Lee, you're good. Ganesh is out. Yuri. I thought I saw Yuri. Yeah, there you are. We can't hear you. That's okay. We'll come back to you then. Peter.
Yeah, we announced a partnership this morning with the gaming studio XYZZY, and then we'll be announcing another one in a couple of weeks. Let's see. The next one is I'm part of creating the offering for gaming developers as well as for blockchain developers that want to build a game is doing a lot of market research, and so I'm speaking with a number of developers, both on the blockchain side as well as on the gaming side, to come up with an offering that is attractive. And so that's in progress.
Okay. And the 3 deals, is that still we'll do round to the closest 5?
So the 3 deals, so I updated it 66%. So we have 2 that have closed, 1 that's announced, and we'll announce another one in 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yuri, is your audio back?
Yeah, should be okay now.
There we go. We can hear you.
Okay, fine. So last week I have worked on Horizon Bridge security item. I have created monitoring service, so which monitor all validator balances, operation status, operations analytics, etc. I will add separate Notion page for this service a little bit later, and will share more info with Ganesh and SOP to integrate with our Pader. And also I have worked on validator DAO proposals. It should be done on 20%. So last item done on 20% and first done on 50%. Yeah. 50, yeah.
15 or 50?
50.
50 is good. Okay. Okay. Jenny, you're good. Sam's out. Give, you're good. Soph is not on the call. Dan, is Wolf on the call? I don't see him. Okay. Boris.
Okay, yeah, so the fixed income just started last week. So we are working on this, on the contracts. We are started fast, but we're still early. So we are still on that. The unit test is not priority. So we already started some of the basics, but it will move more at the end of the month, after the second half of the month, third week. And the students complete final products. It will happen at the end when the current cohort ends. That is, by the end of the month. So I already started supported on the forums, but the actual completion of the course is at the end of the month. So we will know at the end of the month. We will just, keep assisting, helping, try to help them to finish the course, but we won't know until the end of the month how many of them will complete. Hakon said 25 is a little high. He wanted 20, but let's try to make it 25. So those, I don't know, probably that was taken to zero until the course is complete. In the meantime, the priority is the trustless, the fixed income libraries. So yeah, and we will keep pushing on the units, test cases, and they will start growing slowly during the month. And we committed to 10 or something, 50% is 10. But by the end of the month, there will be 10 or whatever we commit, there will be by the end of the month. They just will grow slowly because it's not the priority. But by the end of the month, they will be there. And the courses, I said, when the course is over, we will know how many of them will be done.
Okay. Thank you, Boris. Adrian.
So it's kind of, in order to actually do video pre-production, I actually need the messaging to be right. So it's almost like this first one has to be done first, because the messaging needs work. Everything that we're doing needs to be communicated very clearly to the community. And currently, some of the things that we are doing are not 100% clear to a lot of the community, or just could be better explained. And so, or just not even mentioned at all, which is another thing I'm helping to do. So I think I'm hoping to get my, the nuts and bolts of what needs to be done for that done in the next few days, in which case I can apply that to and work in tandem with the pre-production for the next phase. They're just tied together. So.
Okay. Let's create a Notion page or something to link this to with more information when you're ready.
Yeah, I should have something. Well, I have a whole document, but I want to put it where it's a little bit more streamlined and nicer looking, if that makes sense.
Yep. Sounds good. Is Abby on the call? Abby? I don't see you. Okay. Daniel, you're good. Danny.
Hey, so Coachella's coming up this week, so that number should change to 100 after this weekend for the first one. And Fragana is coming up a little later this month, so that's why that one's still at 0. But our goal for that is to really get the video out within 24 hours. So that's coming up at the end of the month and in like 2 weeks. And then for Instagram, Twitter, yeah, it's just gonna progressively keep increasing. I'm gonna post today and later this week as well, and progressively just keep posting.
Okay. Thanks, Danny. Hakwan is not on the call. Matt.
Yeah, so I have 25 grantees from Kernel. I recently established connection with the Kernel Fellows. Kernel is an 8-week invite-only program for top tech talent in Web3 and supported by Gitcoin. So I established contact there and looking to connect with them and bring on 25 grantees to the Harmony family. 100 fellows and contributors completing their April deliverables. I'll be checking in with everybody about a week from now to check on progress. And so if you are having any issues or, feel free to ping me and we can find ways to, find solutions to help you achieve your deliverables at 100%. And then 25 basic contributors with 10 joining Opolis. We're forming a partnership with Opolis and going to utilize that platform for employee benefits and 1099 purposes. So we have about a dozen or more applicants for Basic DAO, so I'll be filtering through those in the coming weeks.
That sounds like progress to me. Are you sure you want to leave these at 0?
I like to, so for example, the applicants for Basic DAO, I haven't approved of any, so I want to leave that at 0 till I start approving.
Okay. Is Essa around?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so the grants playbook we started last week. We have a few more meetings, but you could maybe say 5% has been on that. Quite a few to change. Signatories for Event DAO. I am speaking to the events team right now about the framework that we want to move forward with that. So I want to keep that at 0. We do have some contributors that we've been looking at for the events team. So we'll have to see how they fit into that new framework. And booking structure for 5 events, we can say 50%. We have the spreadsheet done. We just need to test it out and make sure that the line items are correct and they can match up for events moving forward. So.
Got it. Thanks, Essa. Max, you're good. Constantine.
Yeah, right now it's 50% because I'm working on first task because it's more important, and I'll try next maybe in the end of the week.
Okay. So the rest is 0.
0.
Okay. Brian, you're good. Tom, you're good. Okay. Is Z on the call? There he is. Z, can you hear us?
Yes. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
All right. 3 quick things real quick. Number 1, Coachella is like on the on the wire now, meaning the final legal document should be sent to both Lee and GIF in the next 24 hours. So this actually for Peter, this is the actual deal agreement between Harmony, 88 Rising, and One Wallet. So that's the final document in terms of go-to-market strategy. And this is a legally binding document, so it's no longer just a Notions page. So be on the lookout for that document. The second thing is from a product development perspective, open source is I think is going to be something that we're going to continue to talk about, but it is on track. GIF, just FYI. The App Store launch, Lee, it is on track as well. There's no red flag there. So this will be unless the App Store launch, just to be clear. Meaning like people have the link and download it. You don't need a test flight, but it's not searchable within the App Store directly because we do want to have a more managed approach. The third issue regarding the product itself is that we're continuing having issues with the private relay nodes that Aaron's running. So that's something that we saw keeping a very close eye on. I mean, it's definitely a red flag as of like even early this morning. Meaning like if you have like more than 50 people trying to install the app, you're still gonna get wallet creation failures here and there. So that's something that we're so it's so kind of keeps me up at night, right? So and the third element, which is the some of the grant initiatives regarding Golden DAO, Lobby 3 DAO, One Music DAO. Those are all things that needs to be summarized and then kind of keep the status up to current in terms of like progress, milestones, and fund unlocking. So there will be a flurry of activities this week. And I'll ping the respective kind of stakeholders privately. So those are 3 main things.
Okay, it's the progress is accurate.
I'll be comfortable putting 5% gift, so you will get off my back. Yeah.
For the open source.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Z. Aaron is not on the call. Victor.
Oh, hey guys. Yep. So I've been doing the staging deployment for the latest Gnosis multi-sig. Things look good so far. I've managed to get it running on my local machine after a few tinkering. So my next step is to create some test cases to make sure that Gnosis is safe from 1.20, which is what we have, to 1.30 works perfectly fine. And I'm going to test out the upgrading feature of Gnosis as well. So if you use the UI, you can point to an existing safe, should allow you to upgrade. So I'll just do some tests there as well to make sure it works. The Everscan documents are 30% complete. So I'm just going through that now, just collecting them. And the Explorer task, I haven't done much on that. So it's just the first 2 that I've been focusing on at the moment.
Great. Thanks, Victor. Is Sergey on the call? Sergey, I don't think so. I'm not sure Sergey actually knows about these calls, so if someone wants to let him know. Tej as well. I don't know if Tej is on the call. Please let him know about these all hands. Search sheet, same thing. Okay, Devin.
Yeah, so 10DAO tools on its way. I see the question marks or something new. Maybe someone wants me to add the actual tools we're going after. I can do that. And that is an important step in making sure the DAO ecosystem can obviously flourish and scale, is having the appropriate framework for the DAOs to do so. So the tooling solutions are something that we are really focusing on over at DAOops. We have an open DAO call tomorrow as well, by the way, for all the DAO signatories. So if you're a signer on any DAO in the Harmony ecosystem, you should already have the invite. But if you don't, please reach out to myself or Rachel or any of the DAO operations team. 25 team members on Opolis. This is something I'm working close with Maddie on, getting members set up. Obviously, we talked about that last week. That is pending. The graph integration is really the last key thing needed to support Opolis on Harmony. It is still possible to onboard team members to Opolis. It'll just be on Ethereum at this moment. So that is still probably soundly at 5%. And then publishing the responsibility matrix for the One DAO conference. This is going to go even a little further than we once thought, but this is something Essen and I are working on, and 10 to 15% is probably appropriate at this point.
Got it. Thanks, Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Xiaopeng, yeah, Leo, if you could please have him update his progress. Nick, please, Daniel, if you could speak to him. George is with Peter, and Sammy with Lee. Okay, moving on to contributors. Rachel, you're on the call. There you are.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I guess we'll start with 15 events for Ambassador DAO. We are on track right now for 8 out of 15 of the events that have confirmed their venue, date, and time. We have El Salvador, Philippines, Miami, Denver, Austin. We have 2 events in San Francisco, one at Atlas Cafe this month and one at UC Berkeley. Also in talks with a potential ambassador for Nashville and one in India as well for events. So I would say maybe 35%, because we're on track for the events. We still have to actually host them and get the ambassadors merch for this month. Okay. And then 3 DAOs to participate in one reputation. I already have the 3 DAOs in mind that I'm collaborating with. So it's really just a matter of the team that's working on one reputation. I have to touch base with Colin and see where they're at on the progress for that. You could say maybe like 10, 15%. I'd say 15%. I already have the DAOs in mind, just a matter of seeing where the one reputation team is at and talking to Colin. And then launching 10 DAO tools, I'm working on with Devin as well. Yeah, I'd say 50% is a good number right now. We are having open communications and talking to new DAO tools that we plan to onboard this month. And we're on track to hit our deliverables. Also tomorrow, Devin didn't mention, we are having a live training webinar with Commonwealth, one of our DAO tools from last month. So if you guys go to my Twitter, you can see I shared the post about that, and there's a Zoom link attached to that in a comment. And I also have a pinned tweet on my Twitter, just inviting you guys to our open DAO operations call tomorrow morning. If you'd like to send me your email, if you're watching this and join us tomorrow, if you're a DAO signatory, you're more than welcome to join. And that's it for me.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay, Mikey, I don't think he's here. Please let him know about all hands. PJ, is PJ around? Let's make sure PJ comes, and Al. I don't know if Al knows about all hands.
I can speak to Al and Eli. So yeah, I've been working with Al to help publish the sentiment report, not for Harmony Venture, but for investors in general to feed into Harmony Venture. And he's talked to Bankless, and we might be going to the permissionless conference. So we want to make sure that we have a plan, and by doing the proper groundwork before we go with the conference. And also he's starting to be looking into the grants as well. And for Eli, he's been running a pretty good, writing some really good content for the wallet security campaign. For folks that are viewing, could go take a look. It's very detailed, including how to secure a wallet with a hardware wallet. And also if you have a lot of different tokens and whatnot in DeFi kingdoms, that's a way to move it. So there's screenshots around how to do that. He's also been very helpful in a lot of the wallet theft cases, a lot of follow-ups, due diligence, and making sure that we are complete in all that areas. And he hasn't started on the immediate bounty set. There we go.
Thanks, Jack. Rosa, is Rosa around? I don't think so. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is anyone else here from the part-time contributors? I don't think.
Amanda is on the call, Give.
Oh, okay. Hi, Amanda.
Introduction.
Hello.
Amanda just started a couple weeks ago. She's a new contributor. I actually went to school with her here in Wyoming, which has been fun, but she has a background in business and accounting, and she's very involved with some HR stuff that we're doing right now. And so I'll let her go from there, but.
Hey, Amanda, welcome.
Hi, nice to Zoom meet everyone and hear what everyone's been working on. For my deliverables, the structure for the event bookkeeping procedure, I have finished. We're just in the testing phase of it, and then after that, it'll be fully implemented. So I'd say it's probably around 20% on the first one. And for the second one, once we try out some of the sheets in the events and gather more information, more of the previous expenses and stuff like that. I'll transition those spreadsheets, so that's probably 5%. And then for the last one, it's about 50% done. I'm just waiting on some collaboration and feedback, and then we'll do a little bit more research to finish it off.
Excellent. Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks.
Okay, who else? Rob, I don't think is here. Okay.
I'm here again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. It's difficult to keep track of all the names
Red
here.
car with Boris, Juan Beltran.
Oh, Juan, I'm sorry.
Almost the last one.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay, all right.
Go for it.
That will be 90, 50, 0, 90%. I would say I will leave it at 10% left because I would like to make the last review with Danny. We did already the first part, reviewing the 20 grand proposals. Then the coordination from Rio Postmodern, transferring, etc., the funds, and reviewing all the projects with all the people, and strategize Davos conference 0, as I didn't even start it. So the 90, 50, and 0.
Got it. Thanks, Juan.
Thank you.
And I don't think Noura's on the call. Okay. All right, Lee, I believe you wanted to talk about DAOs and grantees.
Yes. So here's the section on DAOs, grantees, investments, and partners. We're for now only listing out things over $100,000. So this is a good way to track their progress. I think what we did is as you can see, there's a long list, right? So we've done a great job of just giving out the grants, but not such a good job of tracking their progress and even just the 3 deliverables. So if you could go to probably the DAO section, just a few examples, right? If you look at, let's say, whether it's Blue DAO or ZK DAO, just write in the same format, 3 items. So the owner is the emoji next to the person, whether it's Sam or Give or Daniel on Ambassador DAO. Write the 3 items, link, same format, and we should do that for the investments. So if you just keep going. By the way, so yeah, it's very typical to get actually a full deck, monthly update from investors. So anybody who's ever started a company or been part of a startup, like with venture funding, you send a monthly update to your VCs or your investors, right? So this will substitute for the monthly update, just succinct back to 3 items. But for, I don't know who wrote Loot Mogul, but that's don't write that. You can ask them to post that update on the forum, but just trim it down to 3 items. Follow the convention or the format. And if anyone has a question about what it needs to be, like, look at the rest of the document and follow the guidelines. So actually, Mikey's gonna help with the DAO section. Daniel's gonna help with just the whole investment section, helping people converge and assign. And then I think partners, there's a couple we can do. And grantees, the grant ops team should help fill out the grantee section now that we have a couple more people on grant ops.
Got it. And for anyone watching this, you can access this page by going to harmony.one/APR for April. Great. Anything else from you, Lee, while you've got the mic?
Well, I have the microphone. Oh yeah, just some points on the top. So everyone should be getting to about 100% completion today of the 300%, like of your 3 items. So we really need to be more rigorous about how we write the deliverables so that it's realistic and measurable, so that you're not like, you know, at the last week trying to finish the last 250% of your 300%, right? For contributors and fellows, writing the deliverable is part, in addition to the timesheet, right? We'll be checking the timesheet and checking the deliverables on this document as part of your contribution before fellows and contributors are paid. And for managers, it's your responsibility also to help the sub team. So to make it real, to have real stakes, right? If your sub team is not finishing, you should not hire more people to the team until your existing fellows and contributors are fully finishing.
Yep. Great, thanks, Lee. Okay. Any questions, comments, announcements?
Hi, this is Tom.
Hi,
Oh, sorry.
please go, Tom.
Yeah, okay,
Tom.
yes. Okay, yeah, just because this Wednesday we have 2 interviews, so I may schedule some of the interviewers. So I will using calendar. So I know Wednesday is a very busy day, so each one has maybe 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Yeah, so I just make announcement. You pay attention to your calendar. I will set up today. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Tom. Who else wanted to speak?
This is Shock. We were having some Notion page problem, but I wanted to give my update. I didn't give my update on my deliverables. I didn't want to interrupt anybody prior to the meeting being concluded.
No worries. Go
Is
for
that
it.
okay?
Of course.
Okay. Awesome. So the first deliverable of 1,000 or onboarding $1,000, I've formed a few partnerships that facilitate onboarding with DoDAO, linked him up with Maddie as well, and have been in talk with Basic DAO to kind of facilitate this process so that it's really smooth for coming through. And so I would put the progress at, I'd say 20% for that. On the second deliverable of bringing on 50, sorry, I want to make sure I'm in the right order, of the putting the 7 principles or the 7 elements of a brand strategy and brand guide together for the DAO ops team. I've got through the messaging and the tonality of doing so. Currently just getting a consensus for the rest of the team, as well as the community, which I've formulated a post on the forum today to really execute on that and make sure that it's a holistic approach as opposed to not. So I would put that at, I would say 15% as well. And then also on the last deliverable of 50 DAO reports, the reporting process, we've noticed that there's a lack of it, just like Lee was saying earlier. And so we've been looking at the best available options for doing so. I'm currently crafting the messaging on how to really get community engagement. And I've proposed to the DAO Ops team a few different line items as far as how to do that. And so we're kind of in the talks of what's the best strategy for doing so, which I think is a more of a foundational issue that we're now investigating, as opposed to just a linear item like, hey, get these guys to report. So we are definitely making headway and a lot of progress on that specifically. So I will put that at 25% as well too. Thank you.
Okay. Chuck, just reach out to me after this call and I'll get you set up on Notion so you can update it from now on.
Okay, I appreciate you very much, so thanks.
No worries. Okay, who else? Nope, all good? Okay.
I'm going to just say I'm excited to see the Women in Web3 initiative that Amanda and Nessa are working on. And I didn't realize that was you, Amanda, that was in the chat that was started. So I'm excited to see that unfold.
Very good. Daniel, were you going to say something? I thought you put your hand up. You should say something.
Something.
All good. Okay, everyone. If there's nothing else, we can go to our breakout rooms. Have a wonderful week. Let me know if I can help you with anything, and speak to you all soon.